First day of the year, and I think I've already done something. Guys, what's going on? Welcome to the Bear Brain Podcast, where the goal is to rise above it all. Stay elevated, create that infinity, and up your you. I'm your host, Isaiah. Happy New Year. And if you are listening to this episode on January 1st, well, it's because I recorded it literally in January 1st in the afternoon. Doing things a little bit differently to start off the new year, and it feels peaceful. It feels right. It feels necessary. And I challenge you to ask yourself, what did the last day of the last year feel like, and what does this day feel like to you? Is there resistance? Is there excitement? Is there rest? Is there reflection? What's going on in your space? And can you be okay with that? Can you be okay with that? Whatever it is right now, can you be okay with that? If it's anxiety and, tension, being okay with the fact that, okay, right now I don't necessarily feel the best. And then you unpack and you go from there. Like, why am I not feeling good? I think for me, I literally worked yesterday into the night, pretty much into New Year. I was struggling to stay up for the ball to drop, and that was something that I was aware of too. It's like, we talked about the holidays and everything like that. As you get older, as you grow, as your experiences change, you want to do things differently. I think for me, I've always had little rituals and little things that I like to do to bring in the new year, and I did those things, and they felt great. And then I just felt myself working into the night, honestly. And I was like, you know what? I'm okay with this because this is going to give me everything that I need moving forward, right? It's all necessary things that I wanted to get done. And I committed. I committed to myself. So I know already I'm in this space of commitment. I am going to do what I need to do. And even if it's rest, right? I didn't start today jumping out of bed, going to the gym. Actually, I didn't even go to the gym today, y'all. I did nothing but rest. And man, did it feel good. It felt so damn good. And I was talking to one of my friends who's also a very hard worker, busybody. One of the things, they were saying was like, we're not lazy people. Anything that we are supposed to do, we are going to do. Always, always. And it was so reassuring to just hear that because sometimes, hustle culture, you think you always got to be doing things. And I know for me, I ended the year pretty strong in ways of, repairing, very important relationships to me. Um, Investigating what I wanted to do different. What did I want my just personal habits to look like? What projects I wanted to tackle? All of that. And one of the things I kept reminding myself is that January 1st is not the only day to do everything that you have planned. It's just the next day moving forward, right? And you can do what you need to do in that. However, I think sometimes in our heads, it's like January 1st means that everything, even if it's not a conscious thought, like subconsciously is like, okay, I got to get everything done on January 1st. And it's like, nah, you don't. You really don't. Okay. And this is coming from a person who's constantly doing something. Rest. Do not punish yourself for needing rest because Lord knows I needed it. I was like, man, I'm exhausted. But one of the things I did want to do today is like, I wanted to have a podcast episode because this is episode 1 of season 7 of the podcast. And I was like, I have to do this on January 1st. And the reason why I have to do this is because I know I'm going to feel better after doing it. Right. So that's even a concept to understand when it comes to what you were doing and why you were doing it. Is it going to allow me to feel better afterwards? Okay. Is this progressive for me? Okay. The gym, I'm always going to be in the gym. So me taking off today, I did not trip about. I was like, I need it. And I'm recovering from injuries. I realized there's a lot of, it's cool because I'm reading this book about chakras and, even when working with my clients, I'm delving more into, chakras and everything like that. And also just being mindful of like where your body holds certain stresses, certain pains. It's very interesting once you start kind of understanding your body because, again, the body does keep the score and your body can hold on to things. Your body holds on to feelings. Okay. It is its own, sponge, not just your thought process or your brain. Like your body can definitely hold on to some experiences in a very interesting way. So I know for me, funny enough, in my legs, I'm always working out legs or full body, but there's a certain aspect where I'm like, oh, this has been a point of contention for me for a minute. And now I know, okay, that's what I'm going to have to work on moving forward. Okay, I'm going to have to mobilize a little bit more. I have to warm up more. I've been stretching, which is great, but like I got to do more, and I'm cool with that. And more just means that I have to make space for more of what I want and what I need. So as you are kind of looking at your list of to-dos, your goals, your aspirations, ask yourself, am I making space for these things to exist? That is a very important question. Or am I just kind of dumping more on my plate that I don't really have room for? Do you even have the mental capacity to think about how to accomplish these things or no? Right? How are you making yourself not only responsible to achieve your goals, but how are you making yourself equipped properly? Right? How are you allowing yourself to be equipped? I think that's the one thing that people often overlook too is like, yeah, you want to be successful, but are you giving yourself the opportunity to be that? Or is it just this demand and expectation, right? One of the things I really appreciated, y'all, was I went into the new year or ending the last year just connecting with my people and even starting this year the same way. Some of my favorite people got to connect. And I was like, yeah, this feels good. This feels necessary. This feels right. And I'm here for that. I truly am here for that. And, when it's all said and done, finding out what works for you matters. What is going to allow you to function the way that you need to function? Again, so when the clock struck 12 or when you woke up, what were your thoughts? Were you stressing? Were you excited? Were you worried? Were you fearful? Were you insecure? Were you doubtful? Were you happy? Were you at peace? Okay. What was it? And then what did you do about it? What did you do with that? I allowed my body to be ready when it needed to be ready. I didn't force anything today. And I was so happy about that. Y'all, when I tell you, it just feels different when you give yourself permission. And the reason why I gave myself permission to rest today is because it's like, I know you're going to do what you got to do, bro. But in order for you to do what you need to do, you also deserve to be rested. You deserve that. And then you look at the things that you want to do. It's funny, every year I write a letter to my future self, and it's so cool to receive that letter at the end of the year from the following year. So it's like my past self writing to my future self and congratulating him, telling him everything. And then this year, it was so interesting to read the letter because there were certain things that did happen and things that did not happen. And the things that didn't happen were not. There was one thing that was in my control. However, it was influenced by life. And I was like, I'm cool with that, right? I'm so glad that that happened. However, the other things that didn't happen they weren't things that were in my control. They were just like big, lavish goals. But then the other things I attained, I was like, wow, these things exist because I did the work this year. And that was so cool to appreciate and embody, and was just like, yes, sir. Let's go. You did what you came to do. You said what you were going to do. It truly is a beautiful thing to start recognizing that you are truly the vessel to get everything you need going. And you got to learn to take care of that. You got to learn to take care of that. And January could be a weird month anyway. I know moving into the new year for a lot of people, January, for a long time, January was just like, ugh, I did not like it. I was like, yep, nope. I'm just worried and anxious all the time and just stressing out. And now I'm like, very much that. Very much that. Man, it feels so good. It feels so different too. It feels so different. And, that's what I just want to leave with you guys. And, hopefully this does allow you to move with some level of confidence or just clarity into the new year. Like, hey, what am I going to do differently to get a different outcome? Even if the different thing that I do is just liking myself more, liking the idea of rest. Okay, liking the idea of slowing down, liking the idea of redefining what success means to me. What do you like? What do you like? And when you understand what you like, well, that's also a game changer. Because the goal is to give yourself more opportunity to do that or have that. Setting yourself up for success simply looks like taking your time and learning who you are. Self-awareness is a part of your success, y'all. Okay? It really is. So just kind of keep that in mind and roll with that, because it is going to help you in a big way in terms of just understanding, am I aligned with my goals, or am I more aligned with fear, anxiety, and ambiguity? Do something different, even if it's just doing nothing. Because that sometimes is something, and that is a necessary something. Speaking from a professional, it really is necessary, and it feels great. I felt amazing today. And I definitely wanted to make sure I shared today with you guys in some capacity. So here we go. Let's start the new year properly. Let's do some work. I'm accepting new clients to start the new year. Link is in the bio. All right, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Happy New Year. Take flight.